Good morning. Good morning, fellow peeps. How are you? Just gonna make sure that I am actually live. My bun is extra messy today, and I'm excited for that. Oh, and I am live. Here I am. Yay. Okay. Let me just get so I can make sure I see everybody's stuff. I'm gonna oop. Is it going where it needs to go? I don't even know. Okay. Yes, it is. Yay. And turn that off. There. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to wait a moment. It looks like my internet's really low, and I don't know why. Oh, there it goes. It's popping up. So, welcome to this week's Messy Bun. I feel like I'm sitting in the dark, and I apologize about that. Maybe I can fix that. Is this working? Yeah. Okay. We're going to try this little baby diva light that I have and see if that's helpful. There we go. A little bit better. A little bit better. Over there. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I'm just gonna play with this. Okay. So good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Just gonna wait and see if other people pop in because I know that a lot of folks wanted to talk about this. This is so funny. This 222 factor came into being when I was planning this stuff, and I was kind of like, la, subject matter for February is love, la, 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 love. And then Source kind of popped in and was like, okay, I want you, that's what's going on. I need to edit the audience here. Oh, there we go. How do I do that? Public. I thought I had switched this, you guys. I am so sorry. Okay. Now we're public. Now I can see. Hey, Janet, good morning. Now I can see comments. If you're here, say hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it's so funny because now that I have switched the audience so everybody can see, I'll start and just say, okay, welcome to this week's Messy Bun. This bun is extra messy because it's Monday. And when I was planning this, as I kind of shared a minute ago, as I was planning this month's Messy Bun topics, I thought, oh, February, love, 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 right? Well, of course, Source comes in and it's like downloading a bunch of other things like this. They were like, yes, yeah, love's great, but this 222, and the thing is, 2 is about partnerships and about relationships and things like that. And, all that kind of stuff. Ooh, Celeste, you're watching on YouTube because now my little streamy thing tells me where you're watching from. How stalkery is that? I see where you're from. I love that you're watching on YouTube, Celeste, and that makes me happy because that tells me it's working because I haven't even had a minute to check that since I've been utilizing this new platform with some extra bells and whistles. So I'm excited. So we are streaming live to 2 platforms, which is great, Facebook and YouTube right now. So I want to just hop over and say good morning really quick. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Bren. Jennifer, hello. Celeste, hello. Thank you for being my YouTuber. Julia, good morning from across the pond, or for you, I guess that would be good evening. I hope your dinner was good. Thanks, guys, for joining. If you are here, just pop in a comment. If as I'm talking, I'll come back at the end and answer them because I want to kind of get through this stuff before I forget it. I do have notes, but do want to make sure that I get to everything and don't kind of lose my train of thought. So 222 downloaded from Source, and they were like, look, one of the Mondays is the 22nd. It's the second month. So we all of us woos. We love our triple digits, right? We love our triple repeating. Like 111 is all about source energy and beginnings and inspired, not so much inspired action, so much as inspiration itself from Source. Then we have, 3s are all about manifesting. So when you're 3s, it might be a reminder from the ethereal that watch what you're thinking. Where's your energy? Because remember, you're manifesting. If you're awake and breathing, you're manifesting. So watch that energy. A 2 and a 4, of course, is angels. I can't forget my angels. And there's more. But the 2s, though, the 2, and I'm just going to be upfront here. All transparent. I am not a numerologist. I know a bunch of you were like, ooh, like I saw a couple of numerologists sign up for this. I have friends who are astrologer and they're like, ooh, let me look at what she's going to talk about. I want to be really clear. I'm not a numerologist and I'm not an astrologist. I know enough to be dangerous on those topics. I do energy. I read energy, source energy, just all of the energy. That's what I do. And when I see the numbers, I know what their meanings are. But sometimes I get different extra layered on top meanings. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So the two energy in general does speak to, pairings, agreements, partnering up. So February as a 2 month makes sense because it's about that romantic love. We have Valentine's Day and all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, though, in the triple two, as it was downloaded to me, it's more about ascended master energy because I want you to understand that it is about the yin and the yang of that, about the balance between our material being and our spiritual being. That's what I'm going to talk about today, because when we talk about this, and I want to also prep with the idea of, when I talk about Christ consciousness, it's not the Christian idea, it is the metaphysical idea. I want to be really clear about that, because I want to speak to metaphysics, not to dogma of religion, because there's the Christ consciousness and then there's the Christ Jesus that a lot of Christian and other religions speak to and see him kind of hanging out in there. But he's not the only one. Okay, because that's a lot of times that's where our mind goes. We have a lot of ascended masters. That Christ consciousness energy manifested itself in different bodies at different time frames. You have Kuan Yin, which was, female, feminine, divine feminine energy. You have Buddha. You have Muhammad. You have Abraham. You have all of these examples of the ascended master, okay? And the two energy is that. Because when we think about the ascended master, what does that mean? Because a lot of times we think about them, and instead of looking at the character or the archetype of the ascended master, we look at their deeds. We look at their lives from a perspective of almost mythology or fables, because a lot of times we talk about the Bible being, or any holy text being, stories or mythology that are there to give you an idea of who this person was and how to live your life. But they don't speak to the actual essence of their story, of who they are and what makes them an ascended master. And what makes them an ascended master is because they have mastered the art of ascension. Okay? And we also are taught that these ascended masters are separate from us. And then I'm going to tell you a secret. That is a big effing lie. They are not separate from us. They, just like us, are of the same source energy. Just like I talk about with you guys. I'm always like, hey, you are loved. You're an extension of source energy manifested into human experience. I and you may look different. We may have this idea of experiencing the separateness because we chose to come have this human experience to play around in the playground of Earth. But in reality, we are all of the same energy. That's the law of oneness. We're all of source energy, right? So that source can experience what it's like to have different facets going on. And we also look at each other from the perspective of teacher. Yeah, even those people you don't like, teachers, because usually they're triggering you somehow. And that is a lesson, right? So when we look at our ascended masters, we are still the same. It's just their core purpose for showing up wasn't to tell stories of this is how you live the perfect spiritual path, because each of our experiences are going to be different because all of our lessons are different. What they are here to say is this, that they are an example of the perfect blend of the fully ascended spiritual being having the human experience. I'm going to say that again because, for the people in the back. An ascended master's core example isn't the stories about them. which are all great and fun, but those are examples of them exhibiting this concept of them being the perfect blend and balance of the spiritual being choosing to walk through the human experience as a full and complete being, knowing that they experience this playground as a human with other humans, while also being able to choose and manifest in conjunction with, in harmony or unison with source energy, and blending those together. Because here's why we needed examples, right? And I'm just gonna change all this, just roll in my notes so I don't miss anything. But here's the reason for these story examples: to prove that it's doable, to prove that anyone can do this. This is where our programming gets a little muddled by people getting involved that want to have control instead of wanting to have their experience. So in dogma, we're told you're here, source and everybody else are here, or Jesus and everybody is over here and you're here, right? Or Kuan Yin or whoever, and you're separate. And the only way that you can be like them is to follow in their storied path, as opposed to saying, oh, I see that you are a well-balanced spiritual being having a human experience. Maybe that's what I need to be to manifest the stuff that I want in my path, so that you can do all the things too. That's a little different, isn't it? It's a little different take on things. As far as how do we see this? What is an ascended master? We always think because we have ascended master, it's like they're sitting on a cloud somewhere. You, my darlings, are ascended masters. You just don't know it yet. You are the same energy that produced them, produced you. And the fact is that the 222 is the day to celebrate this, to the day to understand that you are the perfect blend of this. We so often, we go to work at our corporate job or any job, even if you work for yourself, you go to work with these other folks and you kind of compartmentalize. I'm going to be human at work, and I am going to be spiritual on my meditation cushion at home. But how many of us, I know a couple of you, a couple of you who are also in the legal field like I was, we have crystals on our desk and we have our decks in our drawer and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times people don't do that because they're feeling that kind of like, oh, I'm supposed to be professional and I go be spiritual only at home. Or when you're making decisions about stuff, like the process of manifesting, what happens is your spirit and your heart might be inspired to like desire something. Oh my gosh, I totally want a new vehicle. And like you revel in that notion for about 3 seconds because you know you're totally in spirit. You're in your heart center, which is the heart is the perfect blend. It's like the total two energy of both spirit and humanity. And you revel in it for a minute, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like your ego shows up. And not that your ego is bad, because your ego is that what gives you your individuality, but it shows up and it's like, oh my God, well, how much is that? Can I make the loan? Or can I buy it for cash? I don't even know. And then there's all of the IBSC shows up and is like, okay, and kicks you off of that thing. So it's almost like we have to remember, we got to blend everything together to say, okay, yes, I can manifest this energy into a thing because I am divine. Does it mean I got to figure out how the money's going to come? Because sometimes we just, sometimes people just win cars. Sometimes somebody shows up and gives you something. But the fact is, understanding with certainty that you are at all times in the ability to be a complete being, spiritual and material, and being okay with that, because I think a lot of times we're not okay with it. We're okay with it when we're surrounded by other woos, like we're over at the metaphysical shop and we're hanging out there and everybody around you is talking the same language that you do. Like I went to see Abraham Hicks a couple of years ago, and I remember in the hotel, you go down to eat your breakfast a lot of times you're on vacation, and all the tables are having different earthly conversations. this was such a different experience. You go down to breakfast at an Abraham Hicks convention, and you're down there, and every table is talking about, it's like you just landed on your home planet, and everybody's talking about it because it's so wonderful. How wouldn't it be great if we could just be that way all the time? Because at that point, you're just loving your breakfast, because it was at one of those JW Marriotts where the breakfast was like just mwah. And so you're humaning, but you're also spiriting because you're discussing those lovely, heart-centered, soul-based thoughts and having a great time doing it. So living in that completeness is what this day is about. Understanding that. And the last thing I want to share with you is this. And I'm going to talk more about this as we kind of go through the next month or two. One of the things, and I'm going to make a meme because this is so good. I wrote this down the other day. You know what? The challenge isn't manifesting, because I hang out in the groups. I think Christy McKinley, you're here too. You've been in, manifestation, babe. Probably a bunch of you are. I love that group because the girls there are so wonderful. I think there's like 2 dudes, and they're awesome too. There, I hang out. I hang out in, there's another law of attraction group, and I hang out. And hey, good morning, Gina. I hang out in these groups, and I love them. They're wonderful. But I will say this. One of the things I notice is everyone talks about how hard manifesting is. And all of the lovely individuals that, I pipe in with my advice to in those groups. But the thing is, I wish we didn't have to go there, not go there to the groups, but not go to the idea of manifesting is hard. I think I mentioned this in one of my previous things where, Marianne Williamson and Gabby Bernstein, they all say the same thing. And I love this. I think I mentioned it in my newsletter last week. They all say the same thing, which is miracles happening is natural and normal. When they don't happen, something is wrong. And what I want to add to that is what's wrong is the challenge isn't the manifesting, y'all. The challenge is the resistance to that which we desire. The challenge is believing the programming that we can't have something because of X, Y, and Z in the material world when we get so excited about the having of it in the first place. That's the challenge. Getting over those humps are the challenge, those speed bumps. Those are the things that keep us from manifesting. And so it's not to say we want to get rid of our humanness, because then we'd be back in spiritual. And then we'd be like, well, hell, we missed out on everything. But the fact is that if we can embrace the contrast of the human and the spirit, if we can embrace the idea that, yeah, I might have to work through this, that my wanting this might be my lesson, my wanting this and having that, oh crap, of the IBSC show up, that might be my lesson. And working through that lesson gets you where you want to go. And so today, I want you to walk through your day reminding yourself that it is safe for me to be both human and spirit at the same time, no matter where I am. You might have to set boundaries with spirit talking to you while you're in the fruit section of the store. I always joke with some folks when I talk to them about mediumship or spiritual chit-chats and stuff, where it's like you're trying to pick out a grapefruit or something, and you got them yammering in your ear about two people over about their Aunt Tilly and all this other business. And so it's almost like you have to also set some boundaries about this so that you can live your life in a good and happy, complete way. But understanding that we don't want to live in our upper chakras just because being a human gets hard. And we don't want to live in our lower chakras just because our spiritual experience can be a little overwhelming because we're not setting our boundaries properly on either side, I would say. But rather, when that stuff happens, lean in and say, okay, what's going on? What's my lesson here? What is my 222 factor that I'm supposed to learn so that I can step into that which I'm supposed to get to the next level on? Okay, that's it. That's what this day is about. It's the celebration of you. It is the celebration of the fact that you already manifesting something absolutely miraculous. And that something, go look in the mirror, it's right there. It's you. And if you can manifest, if you have that ability to be that complete that you manifest an entire human being, an entire version of you, whether it's the version of you today, from 3 years ago, when you were 7, when you're 10 years from now, that's an incredible, incredible miracle that you've done. And that means that it's time to celebrate the completeness of the unification of you in the sense of your spirit and your material, your yin and your yang, all of it. You, Kuan Yin, blah, blah, Kuan Yin, Jesus, Mohammed, Buddha, Abraham, all of them. They all are in you, and you are in them. You have that ability. You just got to remember who you really are, okay? You just got to remember. And we can work together to learn that kind of stuff. And that's what I do in my Girl We Gotta Talk session. So if you need that, the link is up here. If you're on YouTube, it's down here. But learning those things really, really can help you. And blending and walking in that completeness can support your journey all the way through. So I want to wish you a happy 222 day, a happy complete you day, a happy manifestation of completeness within your spirit and your personhood, in your heart center. And I love you so much. I'm going to hop over and look at the comments really quick. And by the way, I totally forgot to say this, because who knows? You may be watching me and totally new to me. So hello, I'm Soul Coach Michele, and I am your friendly neighborhood superwoo and manifestology professor. And I teach people how to stop the manifesting misfires and start manifesting dreams and desires through, obviously, if you're listening to me, through spirituality, obviously, practicality, happy 222 day, and no BS. I am sick and tired of the bullshit glitter covered crap that people teach. So that, it's like, oh, I got this jar full of bay leaves and it's empty now, and I wrote a bunch of stuff on them and I lit them on fire and nothing came. So maybe there's something either wrong with me or wrong with the process. And I want to say to that, that's BS. Nothing is wrong with the process, and nothing, my darlings, is wrong with you. So remember that today is a celebration of you. It's not about sage or, bay leaves or writing lines or any of that crap. It is about you and your miraculousness and your wonderful blend of spirit and material. And if you have trouble with this, if you're getting those speed bumps, please feel free to sit down and, you can go over to the Work With Me link on the thing up here. There's all the links all over the place. And let's talk about it. I want to help you get through that stuff, because that's what my job is here. My purpose here is to support you guys in making sure that you manifest in your completeness, in your yin and yang, in your Christ consciousness embodiment. That's what I'm here to help you with. So if that's something that'll help you, I would love to chat with you. So if you need that, just check it out. Other than that, I am so glad that you're here. Let me just hop over and I'm going to look at these comments really quick. And let's see. So Janet, hi. Bren, hi. Jennifer, hi. Celeste, hello. I know you're listening and you can't chat, so shh. She's probably at the work. Hey, Julia. Hey, Christy McKinley. Happy 222 day to you. Good morning, Gina Angel. Hey, Meredith, I hope you're feeling better, because I know that you had some stuff going on. And Christy says, yes, resistance and our story around resistance. Yes, that's the challenge, y'all. That's it. And those speed bumps can sometimes just sideline us, but we can get back to it. It's all good. Good morning, Marguerite. You're live. You're here live. I know you were trying to join live, so yay. And Jennifer says, thank you, Michele. I needed that reminder. I believe it is also National Margarita Day. Is it? Maybe we need to indulge in our human side at, what is it? When's happy hour? 5 o'clock? It's a Monday, 5:30 somewhere, right? Julia, is it 5:30 in England yet? Yes, Margarita Day. Are they just yummy or what? There's a truck, I think, that drives around and sells margaritas. I think that's kind of fun. Um, Anyways, and Christy says, no glitter. Oh, y'all, I am so not. Look, here's my thing. I am all about making sure that you take care of yourself and nurture yourself. See, Julia says it is 5:30 out there in England. She can go have her a margarita today. But I always say, I think you guys have heard me if you've been hanging around a while. Stop looking at your shit and start owning your sparkle, because sparkle is your body. How like your body makes its own, what is it, vitamin D when you're out in the sun, right? And to me, it's always better to nurture that which we make ourselves. You know, we don't need to supplement with glitter if we got our own sparkle and we just let it shine. You don't got to paint glitter all over yourself if you let your sparkle shine. So that's why I always say stop with the BS, glitter covered BS, and start doing your own sparkle. Nurture that, and things will come through a lot better. So, well, we talk about we talk about growing our own sparkle instead of supplementing with glitter. And you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'll probably figure that out later anyways. But anyways, yes, no glitter covered bullshit here. Spiritually, practicality, no glitter covered bullshit. All right. Well, we are just almost at that half-hour mark, and I am so excited that you joined me today. If you're watching the replay, do a hashtag replay. Let me know if you have questions. And if you want to watch the replay on another platform, it'll be on Instagram in probably another 30 minutes between like the upload, the download, all the loads. And then it should be up on YouTube right away. So, and obviously here. And if you want it for later, it'll be in the newsletter. So if you have not joined the newsletter yet, the Manifestology Mail newsletter, there's a lot of. Plus, we're going to have full moon on, I think it's either Friday or Saturday, and I always do the journal prompts in the newsletter. So if you want your full moon journal prompts, you got to get your Manifestology Mail. So if you want to do that, you can head over to soulcoachstudio.com, click on the resources tab up in the menu bar, and it should have a drop down for Manifestology Mail that you can join. And then what else? Oh, last week to get your freebie, your February freebie about manifesting love. So again, go to the resources tab on the website, and the drop down will have also another place for the February freebie, which is the Manifesting Your Perfect Match ebook, I think it is, and Manifestology experiment that's in there for you. And what else? I don't want to forget anything. Anyways, join the email list so you can get your prompts and all the other goodies, and a replay of this, and like my weekly message. And I think that's it. Other than that, I am so glad you joined me. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this was informative and that it resonated with you, and that you go forth this week, especially today, reveling in your complete, beautiful, miraculous manifestation of you in your human and spiritual sides, well blended like a good smoothie. And go forth and manifest all your dreams. And I will see you soon. By the way, keep posted. Again, if you're on the Manifestology Mail email list, I will be letting you know. Toot sweet, probably the next week or so, you'll start seeing some events pop up on Clubhouse. So if you have not been on Clubhouse before, just go over there and see if you can join. It's for iPhones and iPads right now, I believe. But go make sure you can join. And I will probably be doing what my idea is we talk here about stuff. And then the following Wednesday, we will be talking together on Clubhouse, having a discussion about it. I think that's what I'm going to do. And so hopefully if you're on Clubhouse, make sure you follow me, Soul Coach Studio, because Michele apparently was too long. And I will see you there. I'm really excited to be hopping over there starting in March. So that will not be this week. We'll start next week. But get yourselves over there and set up, because it's super fun. I mean, if you're a nerd, there's tons of nerdy things over there too. Like I love all of my Marvel Universe stuff that's over there. So Christy, you're a Marvel person too, I think. There's like some seriously awesome nerds that you can get caught up and like lose days in their rooms. So anyways, I hope to see you over there. I will be back next week, and you'll start seeing the events pop up for the other Messy Buns in March and the clubhouses in March and some other fun things coming down the pike. And I will see you soon. And if I don't see you before next Monday, I will see you in the vortex. Have a beautiful, lovely, glorious, miraculous week, y'all. I love you all so much, and I'll see you then. Mwah. Bye, y'all.